In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Here, Hold My Earrings. My name is Al, and I'm your DM today. With me are Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Daria, Sophie, and Ida. Henrietta?
Hi, I'm Henriette. I'm from Norway, and I play merely a moon elf wizard.
You okay?
Yep.
Yvonne?
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian fighter.
Laura?
Hello, I'm Laura from Germany, and I play Byleth, a tiefling wizard.
Daria?
Hi, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland and I play a tiefling sorcerer named Zenis.
Sophie?
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm from Wales and I play a human wizard named Charlotte.
And Ida?
Hi, I'm Ida Anna from Sweden and I play Lilith, the wood elf cleric.
All right. Okay, take it away.
Okay, so we started the last session fighting the Asmodeus cultists. There's two big guys and a couple of little guys. Cracker slices a couple of little guys in half, and then we finish off one of the big ones with a few magic missiles, and then Byleth kills the other giant Dwagar with the power of her 18 intelligence and telepathy. The last Dwagar goes invisible, but Detective Charlotte figures out where she's going with her 17 intelligence and alerts the others. Lilith tries to get her with her spiritual weapon, but misses, so Zenis and Byleth just completely overkill her with 2 fireballs. Rest in peace. When that Dwagar dies, we feel electricity in the air and rumbling, and then the face of a giant, handsome man with horns appears, eclipsing the area with color. And he says, "Why have you made this offering?" And Henrietta is like, oh, sorry, Miele is like, we seek aid to find the throne room of Gauntlgrym and to defeat the Black Mold. And Cracker is thinking, this might be some avatar Asmodeus, and she's like, "Hey, Asmodeus." Charlotte curtsies like a lady, and everyone copies her good manners to varying degrees of success. He starts to probe our minds, and I guess whatever he finds that convinces him to help us. So he then notices that we're traveling with tieflings, and he asks us to bring them to him. And he says that in return for helping us, the tieflings will have to stay in his temple for 1 year. They don't have to convert to his religion. They just need to do chores and help maintain the place. And then after the year is up, they're free to leave if they want. So we contact them. And instead of explaining the situation, we just tell them to come. And because they trust us, they do. Only to find that we're trying to pawn them off to a lawful evil deity. So obviously they're a little bit skeptical. But with her sharp wit and powers of persuasion, Charlotte somehow manages to convince them that it's a good deal. And then the contract is sealed and their eyes start to glow ominously. And then with that out of the way, Asmodeus says that Tila has something that could help us. And she starts rummaging around in her backpack, and she finds a bowl that she says she got from Charmala, the Merilith that we killed. She says that it's like a refillable water bowl. It magically refills. We found out that it's a bowl of water elementals. Yay! And we also find out that Tonka can teleport. He says that he can't get us to the throne room, but he can get us somewhere close to it. And we decide to take a short rest while the tieflings get settled into their new home. We start talking, trying to figure out what to do with the drow, who are still loitering around with us. And because the dwarves might be so happy to see them if they come with us, we try to get them to go away. Cracker suggests that Zanice contact the Archmage of Mensmerans and Visor and Devere, but she's like, oh, you probably won't care. So then, after much back and forth, we finally managed to convince the Drow to run off into the sunset to pastures new, so they're no longer our problem. We start looting the cultists that we killed. Lilith finds a scroll of true seeing, which can provide one creature with the ability to have true sight for 1 hour. It's usable by clerics, wizards, and sorcerers. We also find a potion of greater healing. Lilith points out to Charlotte a big pile of gems, which she dives for. They have a ruby, an emerald, 2 sapphires, and 2 large diamonds. And there's also a mace. Meanwhile, Charlotte also asks Lilith why clerics seem to prefer maces, and it's something to do with tradition and not spilling blood. Oh, and then she also hands over the diamonds to Lilith so she can use them for a revive spell. After a short rest, we're finally ready to teleport. And Tonka takes us to a room with columns and stalagmites or whatever, with a bunch of undead dwarves and one person in finery who doesn't look like a dwarf or a zombie. He's got like some kind of wizard hat on or something, and he's reading from a scroll. Miali and Charlotte are both have their eyes on a cool-looking crossbow that kind of looks like something familiar. So Charlotte runs in, guns blazing, with a fireball, destroying a bunch of the zombies. And then suddenly the guy in finery starts shouting, "No, no, stop! The fireball isn't until the 3rd act." And that's where we finished.
Well done. Thank you very much indeed. Excellent rendition. As always, point of inspiration.
Thank you.
All right. So it is Miali's turn. Henrietta, what would Miali like to do, if anything?
Well, when I hear the wizard say, or the other guy say that, no, the fireball, it doesn't happen until the 3rd act, I'm gonna kind of step forward and just say, oh, these zombies, they doesn't listen to directions. Terrible acting. And that's my
Everybody's a critic.
yeah, just gonna shake my head. They never listen. Try to de-escalate the situation.
Very good. Well done. What would you like to roll for that, if anything?
I don't know. I guess.
Arcana, I think.
Yeah.
Arcana. Now, why would that be Arcana?
Because you make zombies with magic.
What she said.
It's almost like Sophie's playing your character for you.
Yeah. I don't know. Persuasion?
Okay.
Religion?
I'd probably give you Arcana before religion.
The persuasion. Not
We can do. I'll tell you what. If you can explain, if you could do it in a magical way, I'll let you do it with Arcana.
I don't know. A magical way. It's not like I can't cast a spell or anything because that would be my action. So
I'll give you like a cantrip if you can do it with a cantrip. If you can say it and do it with you have a cantrip.
if I had minor illusion, it would be better.
It would be perfect, but you don't.
Yeah,
oh well. Oh well. All right, then it's persuasion. Then go for it.
Persuasion. Oh, it wasn't meant to be on advantage, but a 19.
Okay.
So not too bad.
Yes, you speak your critical words, and the character standing off to the side seems to pay attention and says, "Yes, it is so difficult. Good help is hard to find. But the show must go on." Violet, what would you like to do, if anything?
Um, I'm confused. Um, hmm, maybe I'd like to see if the zombies look, I don't know, like organized. You know, if they intend to act, or if they're even hypnotized with magic. So maybe I could roll Arcana, possibly.
So, what would you define as organized or hypnotized? Like, what would you be looking like? Organized and
Um,
hypnotized are descriptors, but what are the actual
mhm.
visual or other sensory cues that you're looking for?
Well, I mean, I guess for the hypnotized bit, um, that the guy is at the center of attention and they don't, I don't know, look at us with bloodthirst in their eyes, you know? Um, and maybe with this as a kind of stage, there's some organization to that, you know? So maybe can discern that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you roll Arcana with it.
Great.
Do you know the spell animate dead?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I'll let you roll with. I'll let you roll that one straight up. Arcana straight up.
Oh, without guidance, I guess.
Okay. So,
Nah.
without guidance, but
Mhm.
you do know the spell. You want to post the
Mhm.
spell
Mhm.
from your character sheet? Okay. So you know that when the undead have been created, they're under the control of whoever creates them, based on your understanding of the spell and your ability to cast it yourself. But you also have seen undead, such as zombies and skeletons, who seem to operate in hordes or mindlessly. And based on the fact that they all seem to be standing in a sort of a pattern, either someplace further up in what might be considered the audience seating area, or in various positions on stage. Uh, a couple of them are actually sort of standing in positions that look like they're holding out their arms or being a bit dramatic, and they're not really turning around and facing all of you, even though someone jumped the gun and fireballed a large portion of the audience. You suspect that perhaps they're not immediately violent.
Mhm. Okay. Um, can I just um say, or I don't know, whisper so that everyone in my immediate vicinity hears it, like anime dead? Question mark. So I mean
Okay.
maybe the
Okay.
wizards at least understand.
Okay. Sure. All right. Very good. Lilith, what do you think is happening here? What do you want to do?
Well, I want to
And
move.
leaving is a perfectly valid answer.
Can I stay here?
Can you? Sure. Yeah. I mean, let's just call it a natural feature. So you're climbing on top of some rocks. If you want to do that.
Yeah, I just don't want to be in a group.
Okay.
And I don't want to do anything else. I just want to look at the thing.
Okay. So you climbed up on the rocks and you're not doing anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. All right, Cracker.
Okay, so Cracker has seen a few shows. This looks familiar, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna stand over here.
All right. The fellow who was speaking. Let's see. Okay, just as no need to panic. He starts to rise up vertically in place, and then he hovers toward you. Sorry, I lost him there. And he stops basically in front of Mealy, I guess, since Mealy was kind enough to offer an opinion. If you've come for the play, we're not quite finished. Although I don't know when we'll be finished at this rate. I'll have to recreate those zombies you've destroyed. Oh, no matter. And although he's addressing it towards Mealy, if anybody would like to respond, they are welcome to do so.
What play?
Oh, it is my magnum opus. I call it I, Claudius. All right. Zenice?
And what is your play about?
It's a tale as old as time. A young man from a great and noble house, but with very few prospects because he's the third son, must go out into the world and find fame and fortune for himself, and perhaps bring honor upon his family. He seeks a great monster to defeat, so that he may take its treasure and rescue the fair princess. He is, of course, accompanied by his loyal sidekick. And in the end, well, of course he succeeds, otherwise it wouldn't be a heroic quest. I've got it all here. And he waves something that looks like a stack or sheaf of papers held together.
Interesting.
Well, back to Charlotte, who kicked it all off with a
Let's
big old
see.
fireball.
Hmm. Okay. So was Mealy trying to pass Charlotte off as a zombie or something? And that's why she said that thing, or
This is your question to. This is your action. Is asking Mealy
no,
that.
no. I'm
Well,
just trying to.
well, how would you do that in the game without using up all this extra? That
17 intelligence.
I'll allow you to do it as an action because that feels like committee. It's starting a committee on the side there.
Fuck. Let me think. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't know. Yes, I will do that as my. I will do that as my action.
Oh shoot! I thought you were going to start acting like a zombie, like brains.
I was definitely considering it. I was definitely considering it.
Okay, so you're going to ask. Charlotte's going to ask Mealy that.
No, she's going to use her 17 intelligence to try to piece together
Okay.
that so she can figure out.
All right, go ahead and roll. Normally that really should be insight, but which is more wisdom, really. But
Oh.
go ahead and roll investigation. It's fine.
Thank you. 21.
Okay. Yeah. Henrietta, if you'd like to explain what your thought process was.
Well, it wasn't that Charlotte was supposed to be a zombie.
Oops.
I was just actually hoping that maybe one of the zombies could cast fireball and that he did it kind of not in the order that he should. And trying to blame the zombies for not filling waters.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Charlotte was like your zombie slave or something and she went rogue. I don't know.
But that would be fun. Can I change my answer? Change my intent.
I mean, technically, you didn't really clarify it either way, so who knows? But it is your turn, so if you'd like to do that, you may do so.
Well,
Hush, zombies don't talk.
True. I think I'm just gonna say to him that oh, we would be honored to see you play, but we are kind of a hurry, so we need to get to the throne room. Do you know the way?
Oh, the throne room. Well, of course I know the way. It is a well-known secret that the king is a great fan of the theater. And long before I arrived, he and his very talented dwarven stonemasons had built a secret passage from behind his throne directly to the theater so that he might visit and watch plays surreptitiously whenever he felt like it, and without having to be seen by the populace and avoiding all the crowds. It actually walks in through the prop department. Violet?
Oh God. Well, thanks for the information. I actually know the spell you're using and my dead, right? I unfortunately don't have it prepared. But maybe when we come back and you still need our help, I can try to help and fix a bit what some of us have destroyed. Side look to Charlotte.
Oh, well, that's very kind, but it might work, but the limitation is that the zombies are just not very bright. As actors, they weren't as good as the ones I'm used to on the surface, working with elves and humans, of course, but dwarves, they certainly tried, but as zombies, they're a bit lacking. I need living actors storytellers. Those who can feel the power of the script and bring to life the words on the page. Lilith?
I'm gonna look at the part and feel like very confused.
Okay.
Y-
Is there a
No,
message in there somewhere?
No, I'm also gonna ask if you know. Do you know where the secret password is?
Yes, of course. As I said, I know exactly where it is.
Can you point us to it or show us?
Well, for that is a favor. And only friends do favors for each other. Cracker.
What kind of friends are you looking for?
Why? The kind that might help a struggling bard finish his great work, of course. And then he sort of floats a little closer to Cracker, and he puts his arms out. And you notice that they're sort of translucent. And he puts his hands near Cracker's face, but in a non-threatening kind of way. He holds them directly in front of him. He's got his fingers spread out and his thumbs spread out in 90-degree angles from the palms of his hand, and the hands together seem to form half of a square. And he closes one eye and he looks at Cracker between his hands. You would be perfect.
Perfect for what?
Can see it now. Yes. Several of you look like you could play the role of Claudius, the protagonist, the young man out to strike his riches and make his name. You, my burly friend, could play his henchman. Sweet, loyal, a simpleton, but deeply devoted. One of you, of course, would have to play the monster, a dragon indeed. Ideally, if somebody could speak Draconic and say the words in their true language to give it a bit of heft. And then, of course, there's the role of the fair princess. We'll also need, of course, a stage manager to handle all the props and the special effects, including the dragon's breath, which comes in the third act. Plus, it doesn't hurt to have somebody helping round out the audience, since we've lost a few bodies. Denise?
I'm just gonna look at Byleth.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlotte?
Okay. I will say to the guy, sir, it is of the utmost vital importance that we get to the throne room as soon as possible. People's lives are at stake here.
Oh, pish posh. People come and go, people die all the time. I'm talking about a great that shall survive generations, millennia even. It is a piece of culture. It will define our age. Mealy.
I'm just gonna sigh and just don't do anything.
Don't do anything. You're saying that to the party, or
No, I'm just gonna stand there and just. People
not
always
do
want
anything?
something, and just gonna shake my head and not do anything.
Okay. So you can roll Arcana or maybe Religion.
Okay, I can do that. No problem. 18.
So first of all, it's pretty obvious to most of you, if not all of you, that he is a ghost. And you may know by now, having dealt with a few of these things, that very often ghosts are the spirits of beings who feel like something, either they died in a very dramatic, sudden way, and or they left something unfinished. And that would be how they might achieve their final rest, is to finish what it was they were trying to finish at the time that they died. Byleth.
I mean, how long would all of this take? Because I mean, it is a matter of life and death with the king, but obviously, theater is forever. So, I mean, I'd be willing to help if it doesn't take too much time.
Well, I suppose it depends on how quickly you all learn your lines. And of course, we'll need a few props from the department, which every time I send a zombie off to go get it, it gets lost and never returns.
I'm good with learning.
Lilith.
Is the storage room somewhere close to the throne room so we could go and get the things needed?
Well, as I say, the entrance to the throne room is through the prop department, but it's sort of a backstage pass, if you will. But I'll only give you the location of the actual entrance once you've completed the task. Cracker.
All right, I can do something. Well, I mean, I used to work at this place, and sometimes, people would come in and put on shows, and they'd need a little muscle. I'm there for you. Pats her bicep.
Excellent. And he will then ask, so, are the rest of you also willing to help?
Of course.
So reluctant. Now, I just want to mention, if you guys really don't want to do with it, you don't have to engage with him and help. You can just go back and find another way. Whether or not that'll trigger something else, I don't know. But, well, I do know, but you don't know. But you're not forced to do a play. If somebody's got like a real reservation or phobia about getting on stage at this point in this game, I'd be very surprised, but who knows? You're certainly welcome to exercise your right to not participate in his final great work. Although, of course, it would be a nice thing to do for a ghost who's been obviously loitering around for a very long time.
Do we look like nice people?
Well, I mean, it depends a little bit on how you do it and what you do, but if it's a shit performance. If it leads to his show being canceled after just one performance, I'm not sure that would go across well in the
He's
spirit world.
He become a vengeful spirit.
Yeah. You ruined it. I worked on it for millennia.
Well, Charlotte's happy to help out if she can be the princess.
Why did that not surprise me? Excellent. Who would like to play the role of Claudius, the young adventurer, son of a noble house?
I would think this fine bard would like to do it, and I'm going to point at Pug. He likes performing.
Pug will say, "Who, me? I don't think this is my kind of show. I'm more of a washboard and two spoons kind of fella." Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, if I'm just going to do all the voices myself, I can just record this and then you guys can just listen to it whenever you feel like it, if at all. Plus, how sad would that be, really? You
I
guys
guess you
don't want
guys
to
could
do
play
this?
rock, paper, scissors.
In all seriousness, do you guys not want to do this? Because we don't have to. Sounds like some of you are not interested at all. It'll be fun, but if you don't want to, it's fine.
I do want to do this.
Yeah, I think
mean,
it sounds
I don't
fun.
know if anyone else can speak Draconic, so I can be the villain. Obviously. Wahaha.
I can stand behind you and cast my burning hands in a 15-foot cone in front of
So
you.
epic.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to give up the princess role.
Well, Lilith has a sword shield. She's a protector.
Do you want me to play this Claudius? Claudius?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doesn't always the hero have swords and shields and go up against the dragon to save the maiden? The princess, sorry, Charlotte. The princess.
Sounds like a job for Cracker.
She might be a princess, but she may not be a maiden.
I've already got a role. I
What's
got
that
the
supposed to
henchman.
mean?
Oh.
Oh, so I guess it's between Zenith and Lilith then for Claudio or Claudius or whatever his name is.
I can slay a dragon with my dagger, of course.
And you do have some performance skills, actually, unlike the rest of us.
You're right, actually. She has like the highest charisma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine's very low.
she's the only one who actually is a charisma-based character.
Yeah.
Okay.
So slaying dragon with a dagger.
Mhm.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like it's all settled then. Yeah. And he hands out from somewhere copies of the manuscript that he was holding in his hand, physical copies. They are deteriorating pieces of vellum, which is a type of it's essentially a type of animal skin that's been prepared in advance specifically so that it can be written on. But you can tell immediately, especially those of you who are used to scrolls and copying and writing things, that these are very, very ancient. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Oh my.
Feel free to peruse the script, memorize your lines, and prepare yourself. Now, you will need to get some props before we start, and that will require going to the prop department. I'll have to stay here to keep an eye on the Well, I'll just move all of them into the audience to replace the losses there, but perhaps one of you could assist me later in directing them to clap at the appropriate times. It's not always very easy for them to catch cues, if you know what I mean.
Sure, I can help them.
Yes, very good. Now, I will admit I occasionally ran into a bit of writer's block. Feel free to make recommended suggestions or changes if you feel the script isn't sufficiently dramatic.
I have a question.
Yes, of course.
You said something about the draconic language. Should everything
Yes.
be in the draconic language?
Oh, no, of course. I mean, if you would like to speak in Elven or Common or Dwarvish, you may do so, but certain elements of it, the speeches by the dragon, for example, if you wanted to deliver them in Draconic and then give some translation afterwards for the rest of us, that would be acceptable as well. But I think
Alright.
at least part of it should be in Draconic if we have access to that skill, just because, well, it is such a dramatic language, isn't it?
It is.
So, you don't mind playing Sam the Wise and Gangly, my orcish friend?
Oh, sorry. Yes. I can't read.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I suppose someone could read the lines to you, or you could be the stage manager, or you could help direct the audience.
Uh, I could definitely motivate that audience.
Oh, very good. Then I suppose it just leaves one of you to play Sam the Wise and the Gangly.
Well, I
And
guess
he looks
that's
at,
me.
okay.
At least I'm not gonna get fired on me.
Oh, you
You've got
haven't
the
read the
best
script
one.
yet.
You've got the best one.
Did I not?
I
Did
would
I
add
miss
second
something?
breakfast on that.
Sam the Wise and Gangly dies.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh. I can't bring myself to life though.
Oh, you don't need to die in real life. The fire will be real, but hopefully you won't die. And neither will the dragon. I mean, you just have to lay there and pretend to be dead. We keep the special effects realistic, but only up to a point. It's not, we're not that kind of performance theater. It's very expensive to cover insurance for that kind of thing.
We needed props, right?
Yes.
What kind of props do we need?
Well, I shall give you a list. And he hands you a piece of parchment that is literally falling apart. It's so old that it's practically just disintegrating on its own. And you can see that pieces of paper have fallen off completely. And as you read both of these written items that have been handed out, you realize that the writing style is extremely arcane and old. You suspect he is not anywhere near your generation.
Well, read it out.
Oh, well, you'll need the... there's a special gem. And it's used for the fire-breathing effect. There is a small flask of red liquid, which will be the potion. And that's all you need, really, initially. The rest of the things we can manage on stage, I think. There are some costumes, which you're certainly welcome to partake of.
Special gem's a bit vague.
Oh, well, you only need to go speak the phrase and the gem will present itself, I think. I'm not in charge of the prop department. It's been a long time since I've been there.
And does the special gem have a name, or do I just say special gem?
Oh, no. The phrase is, the show must go on.
Oh, classic.
Is it? I thought I coined that phrase.
You very well might have. So which way is the prop room again?
It's just behind the stage, off to the left. You'll have to follow the tunnel about 15, 20 feet or so. It's not very far.
Great, okay, let's go, everyone.
All right.
We can practice our lines on the way.
All right. You guys excited to do this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How are you feeling there, Henrietta?
I'm fine. I'm taking notes.
Okay.
I'm
Your s-
practicing.
your
Oh, I don't have any lines, but I'm.
your silence was quite
Pronounced.
yes.
Loud.
Thank you. Yes, the silence was loud. Yes. Okay. I know Yvonne doesn't mind. She's got real world stage experience of a sort.
Oh, this is fun.
Right. Okay. So you follow his instructions and it starts to wend its way around the back. Let's see. I need to grab everybody. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we leave Pug and Tonker behind. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just to keep things simple. Unless you want to bring them.
I know, we're happy to leave them behind.
Okay.
Mustn't
Just
spoil the
gonna-
surprise for them.
Yeah. That's right. They can be genuine participants in the audience. I just need to fix one thing. Okay, so you come up on these doors, and as you push through them, You arrive in what looks more like a wizard's lab than what might be considered a theater prop department. Although off to the side, you see a large rack of clothes, costumes, and other assorted um, items of clothing, shoes, hats, scarves, masks. There are also quite a few cages. The cages seem to have skeletons laying in them, as if they had previous animals of some sort, but they've long died and, excuse me, they've long died, and since then, even the fur or feathers in some cases are no longer really recognizable. There are a number of beakers and flasks. There are copper kettles and boilers. There are jars. Um, a lot of things are labeled in Dwarven. Some things are labeled in Elvish, and some are in Common. And there's this one little fellow sitting in a cage, whereas all the other cages seem to be filled with dead animals. This little mechanical looking device is there.
Do you have any idea what that is?
I'm not sure. Have you guys seen this before? I think some of you might have seen something like this before.
Well, it kind of looks like one of those weird things that we remember, that pink guy that we had following around and we left him at some tower with a wizard. Oh yeah. I think we left him with the Archmage of Menzo Branson. What was his name again?
Oh, I remember. But wasn't he made of like flesh?
Yeah, but maybe this is just like armor.
Mm. You're so clever. Let's see if I can find it. The name. No, I have no idea.
I mean, he was a little annoying, but he was good.
Steve?
Yeah.
I read about him in the Lynch Journal.
Steve. Well done. Well done for remembering. Yes. So, oh, you guys can't see the full thing.
No.
I'm sorry. I did not realize I didn't do that. My fault. I will fix that immediately.
But I also read something else in Dolin's journal. There was something about
There we go.
what was the name of the
Oh.
dwarf lady? Satina, right?
Satina.
Satina. She had found something in a toy factory or something.
Right. Who are
But I think I remember Dolin wrote that it was kind of a mini mechanical dragon or something.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh
she didn't
yeah.
elaborate
Right.
more on it. Just that I found something in there. This looks mechanical. I don't know. Can it be from that toy
Yeah,
factory?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've heard of it through my studies otherwise, but I mean that's not a dragon. Mm.
Okay.
Are you sure?
That's all
Sure
I'm
it's not
about
a
to say.
dragon?
18 intelligence.
I mean, it does have wings.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Similarities.
Yeah, so everybody who thinks they might recognize it may roll a history check.
26.
Well, that 26 is very impressive, of course, but in a group full of wizards, you wouldn't expect a bunch of low rolls, so well done. Maybe you haven't seen one of these before. I thought you'd encountered one of these at least once. It is not a dragon, and it is not a flump, which is what Steve was. And Zanice would know what a flump is because she actually had a flump friend at one point. But if you haven't encountered it, then you wouldn't know what it is off the top of your head.
So do we just like ignore that thing, or
Is it flying around?
It's sitting, it's basically perched on, it's like in a giant bird cage, and it's perched on the wooden bar that you might find in a bird cage.
Huh.
But it doesn't seem to be active or moving.
I'm gonna walk up to it and then kind of just tap the cage and just, hello, are you alive in there?
And as you tap it, the eye seems to suddenly move and focus on you.
Hello. Oh, it's alive. Well, it woke up at least. Huh. What are you?
Moldran.
Okay.
And it flits around in the cage like it wants to sort of get out.
If I let you out, will you hurt us?
Fireball.
Oh. Do you know how to cast fireball? Huh. Should I just let it out?
That's the worst that could happen.
well, I sincerely hope it won't be fireballing us.
Can I move? Can I move over here?
Hiding behind the large kettle, the large furnace.
Oh. Now you can open.
Okay. I'm gonna open the cage.
Okay. As you try to open the cage, you realize it's locked.
It's locked. Does it have a keyhole or?
It does not appear to have. There is obviously a cage door, but it seems to be locked in place without any visible sign of a lock.
Okay. Is it possible to kind of carry the cage, or is it too large? Or is it like a bird cage?
It's quite heavy. The bottom is it does if you try to move it, it does move a bit, but the bottom is a base that is designed for stability, and so it's very heavy. Obviously, you could move it, you could pick it up, but it would be impractical to carry it for anybody other than Cracker. And then if she was carrying it, she wouldn't be able to do anything else.
Okay. Do I see any kind of mechanism around the base or anything that can be a kind of a open button?
Uh, Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Let's see.
Just straight intelligence.
That was a save. I'm not going to do a save.
It's okay.
24.
You think this is an arcane lock situation?
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm. And I think there's a reason there's an arcane lock on it. I don't know if it's wise to just let it out.
yeah. I mean, we have no reason to, right?
And then it kind
No,
of
not
flies
really.
up to the cage and wraps its little mechanical fingers around the edges of two of the bars and starts shaking it.
Oh, looks so cute.
We could always ask the ghost, the chap, about it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe we can free him if he won't attack us. And if we know for certain that it won't attack us, if we free him.
Yeah.
It hurt them. The
Oh,
thing.
There's only one way to find out.
Okay. Should we go out and ask him, or should we just keep looking for the gem? Could this be the gem? No. I'm just gonna say out loud, the show must go on. And look around.
And you see this gem light up.
Oh.
And it starts to glow.
Oh, cut. Stop. Power down.
And as it starts to glow, the little creature in the cage goes, and the gem just explodes,
Oh.
and a dragon suddenly appears.
Oops. A big dragon? Or
I mean, compared to you guys, everything's a little bit out of scale here. Apologize. It stretches its wings and rolls initiative.
Huh?
Would everybody else like to roll initiative?
No.
Okay. Okay, Mealy. I mean, I guess it makes sense that you're first up.
mm,
I'm not moving him. I just want to make sure he's scaled to you guys. 1, 2, 3.
okay, I'm just gonna move
Yep.
away from the group. And I am going to say that just say that wake up, you are needed for a show. Hopefully he's gonna fall in line.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, actually, we'll make them a little bit smaller just so it's not like crazy inside the lab. Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, roll persuasion or something.
There. 11.
How long have I been imprisoned?
Don't know.
It's his turn. And he will... What will he do? I guess he'll... Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't he? So let's do a little... dexterity saving throw, I suppose.
Huh?
He's going to breathe on you.
No.
Mm-hmm. What happened here?
I'm assuming it's the group of us, right?
Yeah, Lilith and Mealy are not in the... They were smart enough to move away. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's everybody got?
9.
7.
Mm-mm.
15.
Okay.
15.
All of you who rolled, which is... Sorry. They're gone. I know. You'll take 45 fire damage. And of course,
Pardon
those
me?
of you... Yep. For those of you who are resistant, you take 22. All right, Byleth. Let's see you use your fireball on that.
That's not nice. I'll fireball. No. I'll use mind spike.
Okay.
And yeah. Oh, what's the step? Mind spike.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead and roll his save.
oh,
Ooh,
19. Half damage though.
half damage, so 6 points. Okay.
Yeah. And I want to move. And I also want to say, there can only be one dragon. Es kann nur einen Drachen geben.
Ooh.
Will I flee?
Highlander with dragon, which in draconic. Nice. Okay. Lilith.
Yes. I'm gonna use my shatter spell on it
Mm-hmm.
together with my channel divinity.
Oh.
I think it's first shatter. Or I should post this one first. See. No, it's the destructive rat, sorry.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because I want to do maximum.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the let's do it as a level 3 spell.
Okay.
So it should be 4d8.
So 32 points.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
But he has to do a Constitution saving throw, which was
Okay.
15.
Okay. Well, he's going to make that save.
Yes.
He's got very high constitution, but he'll take the half damage. So that's 16 points.
Yes.
Very good.
And I'm gonna move.
Okay. There is space behind that boiler, so you could go all the way around for
Okay,
example.
I want to go over here then.
Okay. Yep. I thought that might be what you're looking for. Very good. Okay, Cracker.
Cracker is gonna jam a good berry in Charlotte's mouth
Nom,
Uh,
nom, 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 nom.
Yummy.
and then heft her up on my shoulder
Ugh.
and
And run over here, right between everybody else.
well, I want to get out of here, so I think I'm gonna go and get to there. But if I'm carrying her, can I do full movement, or is it only half?
Well, it depends on your carrying capacity and how much she weighs. So, how much does Charlotte weigh altogether with her equipment?
With her equipment,
Well, yeah.
like I don't know, like 200 pounds or so.
Really? You have 80 pounds of equipment?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of equipment for you.
Oh, it's all those crossbow bolts and the gems.
The gems. Yeah, it's fine. Let's not get into the whole. You can run the distance you need.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get over here
Okay.
and drag her with me.
Okay. Go ahead and Sophie, move yourself.
Okay.
Get behind me.
Wait, hang on. I can't even see where Cracker's gone.
Oh, due north.
I'll just move you.
Up. Thank you. Sorry, my eyes aren't the
That's okay.
best.
No worries. Is that how you confuse Switzerland and Sweden?
Maybe. I just can't read maps.
Okay, Charlotte. It's your turn. Well done, Yvonne, for saving her, not letting somebody die again.
Let me think. What do I do here? And I'm running low on spell slots too. Goodness me. I shall. Was that dragon speaking in Draconic?
It recognized you as humans, so it used common, or at least humanoidish.
Right, okay. I will speak to it in common then, and I'll say, wait, we have no quarrel with you. Please spare us. We'll let you go.
Please spare us. We'll let you go.
Yes.
That's a mixed
We
message.
won't try to stop you. Just...
Okay. Somewhere between negotiation and pleading. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. I use my inspiration.
I mean, technically somebody did attack in defense. It was self-defense, but so it is trickier. But yes, go ahead. You're using persuasion. You're using
Yes.
inspiration, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you roll a d20 for the dragon?
Okay.
And let's see how the dragon responds.
12.
You will let me go? I think it's more that I will let you go, or not. You sense from your interaction that he's got a very high opinion of himself. Whether that's justified, who knows? But okay, Denise.
Okay. I'm will just try to move this way
Mm-hmm.
and cast false life on myself.
Okay. All right, Mealy.
Yep, I'm going to do the same as Denise. Cast false life and more behind the boiler.
Okay. Okay. The dragon. Lilith was the one that hit the dragon, right?
Yes.
And then said there can only be one. There can be only one, essentially.
Yes.
Sort of a challenge. That feels like a challenge to me, doesn't it? Wouldn't everybody
Maybe.
else agree it was a bit of a challenge?
Uh,
It's like fighting for the main role.
Exactly. So the dragon will spread its massive wings and gracefully but menacingly fly and glide over and then land in front of Byleth and attack Byleth by attempting to bite her and rend her with 2 claws. Henrietta,
Ooh.
Yvonne, and Daria, would you like to roll a d20 each? We'll say Henrietta's got the bite. Ooh, that's definitely
please.
getting through.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use my shield though for
Okay.
so I have 17.
Okay. 17. Unfortunately, although the shield does help, the bite and both claw attacks break through your shield.
Ouchie.
Yes. It's going to be 14 for the bite and 10 each for the claw attacks. So 34 points of damage altogether.
How much?
Yes. Plus 1 point of fire damage.
Mm,
Because the bite is so
40
spicy.
what?
Well, it'll be
30. Yeah,
34.
34. Okay, that doesn't extend my. Okay. Sure. So I'm down. You can have the roll. It's fine.
Okay. All right, Violet.
Mhm.
You can roll your save in private. Okay. Lilith.
Yes. I'm gonna move here so I can see Violet and cast healing words on her.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Well done.
And then I'm gonna move back behind the thing.
Thank you.
Okay. Well done. So that was your bonus action. You technically have an action still.
Oh. Yeah, right. I forgot about that. I'm gonna use Sacred Flame on the dragon then.
Okay.
Oh, it
Ooh, that's unlucky. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yvonne.
All right. Cracker comes around while raging and recklessly attacking. And I see that Lilith has landed another shot, so it looks like this thing's not going to stand down without a fight. So I'm just going to swing that great axe. And then I'm
Yes.
going to swing it again.
And they both connect. Nice. Not a lot of damage, but yes, they're both very successful. Well done. Okay. Charlotte.
oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Oh my God. I will use. Oh no, I don't have any spell slots. I will use magic missile on the dragon.
Okay. Okay.
Watch this, honey. Pew, pew, pew.
Well, you guys are rolling kind of low today.
Please spare us. And then I'll move back into the corner a little bit.
Okay. All right. After Daria, shall we take our 10-minute break?
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay. Daria.
Yes. I'm going to mind sliver at him.
Okay.
It's safe. 6.
Yeah, that seems to land. So he's going to have sort of a negative impact on his next saving throw,
Yes.
assuming there is one. Okay, well done. All right, very good. So shall we call it 10 minutes?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
good.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Hi. We hope you're enjoying this episode. And if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back.
Here.
hold
my earrings.
Here, hold my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
Okay. So it is Mealy's turn.
Yes. I am going to activate my blade song, and I am going to. It's a red dragon, right?
It looks red.
Yeah. So probably fire is not gonna do much. I am going to shoot a magic missile at it at level 2. Pew, 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 pew.
Okay.
15.
So how much is that altogether? 15.
15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay. Yes. All 4 of them land. Well done.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Let's see. I guess Cracker did more damage. Oh, even though Byleth is standing up. Yeah, so we'll have Yvonne, would you like to roll a 6-sided die rather?
3.
All right. Yes. So it tries to blow its breath weapon, but it kind of sparks out, and then decides to try to bite you instead. So it'll bite and attack with its claws. That'll be 3 attacks.
It has advantage.
Thank you. Daria, Sophie, Ida. 2 d20s each, please.
12 and 1.
Okay. 15 and 18. So all 3 of those are going to land. We'll call it the same number, 34 points with 1 point of fire damage for you. That's after the fire damage is 1 point after resistance. So okay. And would it move? I suppose it's smart enough to move. It'll move down to where Zanice is. You can each get 1 hack at it.
Oh,
I think Violet's
sorry.
on the ground, right?
Yeah. So
All right.
I don't know.
Maybe Violet doesn't get 1, but Cracker does. What's the +2? Oh, rage.
Rage.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot
Oh,
to tick it.
that's okay. So you got a lot in there. Okay. All right. Yeah, you hack a big slash out of it as it flies away. All right. Violet, your turn.
Yeah. Does it look bloody?
No.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna stand up. Why not? Um, and can I see it from here?
Sure.
All right, then I'll attempt to polymorph it.
Polymorph it. Oh, right.
Yeah. And use my portent of a 3.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ethical.
What's the save
Maybe I
again?
can. 15. My spell save DC. Oh, it's a wisdom saving
Charisma?
throw.
Wisdom?
Wisdom. Mhm.
That is so hard to read.
I try to make it prettier. It's in the first
An unwilling creature must make a wisdom
first
save.
paragraph.
Okay. All right. So 3 is going to fail. What have you polymorphed it into?
Maybe a snail?
Okay. Yeah, you've definitely seen a snail, I'm sure.
I've seen that.
Do I have a snail? That's the problem with polymorph is I have no idea what you're going to do. So it's like, we'll just pretend it's a snail. There you go.
Cute.
Yes. Well done. Nice one there, Laura. See, I knew you guys could do it. You're still on to DM only, so it's okay.
Oh, all right, yeah, true.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm just gonna post it again.
Just put some spaces in the.
Yeah,
What?
I will.
Thank you. Okay, so
Oh, and can I do like a
little
hands up to do like a
like a halo
pause?
dance.
No.
You got to do the floss.
I don't know. Just chill for now. But I don't know if I can convey that. Just put one hand up,
Sure. So you're signaling
like
to everybody to stop.
yeah, like in a soccer game.
What soccer?
Um.
All right, Lilith, it's your turn.
Yes. I can't really see anything that's happening.
Not yet, no.
No, so I'm gonna
Come around and run up
come
and
around.
bash it with your mace, right?
Yeah. Like around, and I'm gonna see a snail, and I don't know anything about polymorphing, so I'm gonna look confused. And be
Okay,
like,
where'd it go? I mean, you might not even notice the snail down there all by itself. This tiny little thing.
no,
I'm not even sure it would be obvious that if you could see a snail, like you wouldn't be looking for a snail. So
no. So I'm
to
I'm
you, it
gonna
would
be
just
like,
look like it disappears.
yeah,
Yeah.
what happened? Is
Okay.
I'm gonna ask.
What happened? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so anybody can respond, including Byleth.
I polymorphed him.
Did you want to say
And
one more thing? What was your plan behind the polymorph, maybe?
oh,
Just so people know what you wanted to do.
either we all gang up on him, or we find a way to suffocate the snail maybe put it into the bag of holding without it having to revert back to the dragon again.
Ooh.
I don't know if that
Oh.
works.
Oh, that's vicious. Oh, wow.
There can only be one.
Goodness.
Okay, so that's interesting. So technically, this thing is polymorphed, and as long as you don't lose concentration for an hour, this thing will remain polymorphed. So you guys are not technically in combat anymore. I'll let you guys speak freely. You don't have to take turns.
Anyone know how to put that thing back into a crystal?
Oh. Maybe the ghost knows?
Tiny dragon.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
that's actually there.
I want to look around and see if I can find the secret entrance to the throne.
Sure, you've got elven perception. So go ahead and give it a roll.
I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
Put it or gonna guide her.
Guidance.
Yeah.
Henrietta's like, I'm so sick of these fucking side quests already. I can hear it in her voice.
No. But I hate when people kind of screw us over.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a screwing over? It's like a tit for tat, isn't it? Otherwise, you'd be
Well,
wandering down here for potentially weeks trying to figure
yeah,
your
but it
way
could have
around.
mentioned that the gem contained the dragon.
Well, he did say he forgot. He didn't remember. He's been down here a long time. Okay. You suspect that this boiler isn't a boiler.
Is it kind of
I don't mean that as a trap. It's like you suspect that this boiler is possibly the way, if there was a secret entrance into the room or out of the room, boiler would make a lot of sense.
okay? I'm gonna tell that to the party.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, but we can't leave yet. We haven't gotten to do the play.
Exactly. There's a spirit.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, the
I'm so
snail's trying to
excited for
make it.
my
What
I'm so
happens if
excited for my
Did he?
Bluebeard's princess.
what happens if we just take the snail and chunk it into the to the play area or the stage and just lock the door in here? Will the
So
dragon kill the ghost and the zombies?
well, yeah, that's a good question. Solves all the problems, right?
I'm gonna run after the snail.
Don't step
I
on
mean,
it.
it doesn't take very long. It's
Frantically.
if a snail could huff and puff because it's out of breath, that's what this one's doing. You try carrying your house on your back.
Gonna take it.
So this man is at the pub when his wife calls and says, "Darling, don't be late. Don't forget my parents are coming in for dinner." He says, "Yes, yes, yes, I'll be there soon." And he turns to his friends. "All right, lads, one more round, then I've got to head off." They order a round and he drinks it. Another hour goes by and his wife calls again. "Darling, you're going to be late." "Yeah, I'm leaving right now." And he orders another round and they drink it. And then he puts his phone on silent. A couple more hours, a few more rounds later, he suddenly realizes, "Lord, look at the time. I'm late." And he rushes home. And he gets to the front of the doorstep about 6 hours late. Clearly, his wife is very upset at his phone. He's had 20 missed calls. And he gets up to the door, and just as he opens the door, or just as he's about to open the door, his wife opens it, says, "Where have you been?" And he looks down at a bunch of snails and says, "Come on, fellas, almost there."
Okay.
All right. So you've got the snail cornered. It's like one of those snail type memes where if you could get $1 billion, but you had a snail that would chase you for the rest of your life, and if it touched you, it would you do. But this is only 1 hour. Yes. Do you want to finish his play? Just chuck the snail in there, let it return to its original form, and let them all sort it out? Just ignore it all. Maybe it'll go away. What about this poor little fellow in the cage?
True.
I mean,
Maybe we can ask the ghost about possible solutions. He's right next door, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was only like a short walk. It was less
Uh-huh.
than one round walk.
Okay. Maybe he knows what to do with this snail
surely he had a
slash
plan,
dragon.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to look closer at the boiler. Can't we just
Okay.
leave the snail in here? Like we run and leave the snail behind?
Sorry. Oh, you want to leave the snail behind and go in the boiler?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't take an hour to get to the throne room, the snail doesn't turn back into a dragon and somehow manages to blow fire breath through a massive copper boiler
Yeah.
right behind all of you and lighting all your keisters on fire.
Can Cracker see that dragon figurine from where she's standing?
You can all see it. It's in the same place where the gem was,
Okay.
on the shelf. It's about 6 inches tall. It's very finely made.
Cracker's a little afraid to touch it, so Cracker's gonna point and say, do you think that might have something to do with containing that thing?
This is an excellent question.
Could
No.
try to say the phrase again and see if it pops back in, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Saying the phrase shouldn't. I don't think there's another dragon in there. Hopefully not. But I don't think it will break the polymorph either. So
Mm-hmm. That's true.
it doesn't hurt to
And
try.
a second one appears.
But I am not gonna say it this time. Sorry about that, by the way. I did not know that was going to happen.
Well, of course you didn't. Otherwise, you never would have done it.
No, I wouldn't. Or would I?
Oh.
You guys have been pretty chaotic lately.
Maybe I want to be a lone hero. Lone wolf.
The
Henrietta
plot
really
twist.
wants to level up to level 5, and she'll do anything to get the experience points necessary.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Red dragons have a lot of experience points.
So we should kill the snail and fight the dragon.
No, I thought we tried to.
Let's
I
not.
thought we tried to revert him.
So
Okay,
feel
Cracker's
free
gonna
to
move up to
explain
there.
how the spell works, Laura, if you
I'm
want.
pretty bloody. Well, It's the dragon is a snail now for 1 hour maximum. His name's Mr. Snail. And well, it basically lasts for that or until we attack it again and it drops to 0 hit points in its snail form, and then the excess damage is brought over to the dragon form. So ganging up would be cool, but considering that it wasn't even bloody when I turned it, may not be the smartest idea. And I'm bloodied, and I know Charlotte is bloodied, so maybe we can try another way.
Yeah, and we don't know if we are going to be able to rest before the throne room.
Yeah.
So
While everyone is discussing this, I'm ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay, yeah.
Just like
I'll
doing
let
my
you guys
magic
keep
dance in the corner.
your magic dance in the corner.
Yes. That's how I
What does it
imagine it
look
looks like when you're ritually done, ritually casting. I just waving my arms and like, yeah, you That's how I imagine ritual casting.
Somehow I had an image of Cyndi Lauper doing the walk like an Egyptian dance.
Maybe.
Either that or Charlotte's break dancing. That would be awesome.
That doesn't sound very magical.
Have you seen good break dancing? Oh, incredible.
Whimsical.
Okay, so yes, well, it's your ritual casting, so you can do it however you like.
Yay.
Okay, so because it is 10 minutes out of an hour, we're going to cover a lot of stuff before you finish that, if that's okay. Because I don't
Sure.
want to accelerate to 10 minutes and then you guys only have 50 minutes to make a decision about anything else.
No, of course.
Anybody else want to say or recommend anything before we see what Charlotte's Detect Magic reveals?
we could just try to identify the dragon statue thing. Let's see if it will reveal something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a pearl.
Hint, hint.
That
And I don't have the spell either.
I can identify, right? Well, yeah. I mean, it's no concentration, so I guess I'll.
Yeah, it's not concentration. You can cast it.
Okay. Unless you want to do it, Charlotte, with your super fast spell thingy.
He's kind of busy with the detect.
Oh
magic.
no, and you're
Okay. Okay. Then I'll just do my identify. No, snail dance. I'll join Charlotte.
Synchronized dancing, yes.
You guys are just wildly waving your arms around like a bunch of.
It's not going to be a magic, we're just chilling.
Like really, like really politically inappropriate anthropologists meeting some slightly less developed civilization for the first time and then interpreting in their really their inappropriate way how the locals dance when they're trying to summon rain or something.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Is Laura Byleth is doing it ritually, right?
Yes.
Okay. So 2 of you are now out for 10 minutes. Anybody else want to do anything? Step on the snail, maybe.
It'd be good if we could talk to this little creature.
Yes. If only there was a spell or ability that allowed you to do that.
Yes, it would be great.
If
I'm already
only someone had
concentrating.
the ability to do something like that.
One thing at a time.
Anybody else want to do anything? Touch random things? Open
Random.
pots, jar lids, cages.
Cracker knows better.
I still want to look at the boiler just to see if we can find the opening without the help of the
Yeah.
ghost.
Okay. So the boiler does look like a boiler, which means that it also has a boiler door, which you would expect because boilers tend to need to be fed fuel as well as potentially ingredients if they were being used to actually boil something. So there is a door. I'm not going to tell you what's behind it yet until you tell me you're opening it.
I'm gonna look at the party before I open it and ask, do you mind if I try to open this door?
Because if it explodes, it might break somebody's concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should wait.
You don't want to do any healing, short rests. While the two of you are casting spells, you could literally do a quick short rest.
Oh, I'm going to very quickly run a second wind on myself.
Yep, that's one action, right?
It's a bonus thing.
Okay, great.
And hold on. 1d10. Oh, that's
Oh.
nice.
Ooh.
5. Woohoo! And
Well.
I'll take a short rest.
Okay. So if you do short rest, that's all you can do in the time that she's got that spell on, because it'll literally end in 1 hour, and the short rest takes 1 hour. So it's going to time exactly perfectly. And I'm being a little generous because you've obviously spent a couple of minutes. Technically, you should be finishing your short rest just after the dragon comes back, which very high probability you would be in combat by then, which would break your short rest. So if anybody else wants to do a short rest, that's what they can do, and that's all they can do. So obviously the two of you casting spells can't do that.
And I can roll 3 hit dice, is that right?
Yeah, I just want to make sure. So you can roll them, but let's just make sure that nobody else has
Yeah.
another plan that requires everybody's or some other participation, because the short rest would, you wouldn't be able to take the short rest, or else you'd have to make a decision.
Yep.
I mean, I'm trying to work on a solution that doesn't involve the snail coming back as a dragon. But I don't know if that's possible.
Yes, that's true. You don't know if it's possible.
Mm.
I'm short on spells, so I won't be able to heal everyone. I do have a couple of spells left, but in case the dragon come back, we might need them more.
Mm-hmm. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So if there aren't any other suggestions or plans, I will allow you, whoever wants to take the short rest, to do so whilst these two are casting their spells. And the concentration is still up. They'll finish their spells before concentration ends, but then they won't have enough time for a short rest themselves.
Mhm.
Okay. Daria, does Denise want to do anything?
No,
You're
I'm
pretty
just
quiet.
waiting on Byleth.
Okay. You don't want to short rest yourself?
No.
Wow. Tough guy. Okay. All right. So Yvonne, you can go ahead and roll your short rest dice.
Oof, thank you.
Just keep track of that, because I guess technically these two spells are finishing in 10 minutes. If they choose to do something after that, and that triggers something that leads to the short rest ending, obviously that wouldn't apply. So, okay. So, Byleth goes first. Sorry, Charlotte goes first, and then Byleth goes after. So Charlotte, would you the result of your detect magic spell is that quite a few things go off in this room. The dragon figurine does not.
Oh.
Oddly enough, or maybe not. The mechanical looking creature does not. A number of the items, like the wall back here is full of potions and things. A few of them go off. All of them. The cage itself, the creature is in, has a it does go off, and you suspect it is because of the spell that we discussed.
Okay.
And there's also a scroll tube buried beneath some of the clutter. It kind of, you can sort of see it once you see the glowing, and then you can dig it out.
Sorry, what was that?
A scroll, a tube that has a scroll in it.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'll take out the scroll.
Okay. The scroll is a scroll of major image, which is an illusion spell available to wizards, sorcerers, bards.
Okay.
Third level spell. You can look it up on your own time if you want. I'll create one if you need it, but it's just one scroll, so you can do whatever you want with that. You can try to copy it, or somebody can try to copy it. Use it as a scroll as usual.
Okay.
As I said, there are a couple of potions back, or there's actually 3 bottles that light up back there, and
Okay.
and a bunch of other ones that don't. There's like easily 20 something different bottles. Some of them look like they're dried out. Some of them look like they have liquids in them. The 3 of them that light up are all variations of red potions, but there's more than 3 potions that look red, or potion bottles that look red.
Do I recognize any of them as being just regular health potions?
You can roll Arcana
Sure.
or Survival, maybe.
12 of Arcana.
You're pretty sure one of them is. The other 2 you're not 100% sure of, and the ones that don't show up as magical, you have no idea what they are. That they're red potions, and then there's a lot of other potions that aren't red at all.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I think I've covered everything. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about before we go to Laura?
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So it's now Byleth. Byleth has cast Identify.
Mm.
Would you post the Identify spell again, please?
Mhm.
So it's not a magical item, so it doesn't tell you anything about it, but you suspect that it is tied to magic, and that this may be something used in very high level containment type spells. So there are various spells that require using material components. Some of them require something that is in the image of a creature that is being contained or imprisoned. And you suspect that this is used as a material component for that. It is extremely finely carved, and the workmanship, the make, and the specificity of it leads you to believe that this has, although it is a mundane item, it is extremely valuable. Thousands of gold pieces worth of arts of craftsmanships and artisanal work went into this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's used for extremely high level magic.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, you can reach it, sure.
Okay.
I'll let you move it if you want. I mean, there's not much anything you can do with it, but
Yeah. Maybe I take it and I'd kind of like to go to the ghost guy to ask him about this.
uh-huh.
Would that be all right?
Are you within the
Anybody?
hour?
Yeah.
Sure.
Anybody want to come with?
Just to protect you in case you stub your
Yeah.
toe and break your concentration.
Oh shit. Now I'm dead.
Walking
Okay.
while you're holding this beautiful little statue. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my God. Oh no. And you're the only survivor because you left the room and everybody else is still there.
Well.
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
We-
Well, no, you can't do that, Cracker, because you're taking the whole time to short rest.
Oh, right.
Well.
Well, technically you can walk around, but I'd say for the purposes of protecting her, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
You could do simple, like keep an eye on something, but if you're going to actually interact with guys and be on alert, then I think that's not technically a short rest anymore.
Yeah.
But it was a good idea. Anybody else want to do anything now that you've figured out some of the things in the room? So I said the boiler's got magic on it, right? I told you that.
No.
Did I say that? Oh,
No.
sorry. The boiler also lit up. The door to the boiler lit up with magic.
Did you
What kind of
take
magic?
It's the abjuration protective kind.
Okay.
And what did you say, Ida?
I asked Charlotte if she took the potions that lit up.
I haven't taken them, no. We can do. Do I see what magic the potions have?
Yep. One of them does seem to be, well, I guess technically they're both protective magic.
Ooh. Interesting. I'll point out the 2 protective potions.
Okay.
And you know what? I think I'll pocket them. I'll take them.
Okay.
Yoink.
How many potions were there? 3?
I think there were 3 red ones, but like lots of other potions.
3 magical red ones.
Ah.
And there's quite a few other potions, including other red ones, but none of them seem to be. Oh, sorry. I don't want to say potions because potions implies that they're all magical. There are quite a few flasks, 24 or so flasks, or containers similar to a flask with stoppers in them. Some of them are dried out, some of them are not. There are more than 3 red ones. Only 3 red ones glow with magic.
And only 2 of those red ones have protective magic.
Yes.
Great.
Are
The
there
third one is
any empty vials?
Yes, there are some empty vials. Some of them look like they might be. Some of them look like they might be. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with Sophie's question. Some of them look like they're empty, but they might have been filled with something, so there's a bit of residue at the bottom, like they dried out. And the residue is different colors for different ones. Some of them have a little bit of green. Some of them are tinged with white. Some are tinged with black. Some are other colors. And the third magical one glows with black magical energy, which is associated with necromancy.
Oh.
There are some flasks that might be like clean and empty, but you wouldn't know until you examine them more closely.
I'm just gonna look at Charlotte and at empty, clean ones and just there's no magic here, right? Afraid to touch anything.
No,
Yeah.
there were only 3 magical flasks.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go over and see if they are reasonably clean. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. Perception checks.
Uh,
How many do you want to look for? Because you could spend quite a long time in this room, right? There's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Everything's
think I-
covered in dust. It looks like nothing in here has been many, many, many decades,
Okay.
possibly even centuries. And you
5
guys
is
know this because you've been in places that haven't been disturbed for a very long time.
I'm gonna look for 5. Just perception. Oh, without the 2. I don't have guidance anymore.
Yeah, so you find 4 flasks that look they're all covered in some dust, but 4 of them look as clean as they could possibly look on the inside, while still being covered in dust. Okay. Excuse me. Is there anything else? So the little mechanical fellow keeps chirping away, keeps trying to shake the bars on the cage.
How many minutes have passed? 10 at least? Since
Well, at
I've.
least 10, obviously, yeah.
Mhm.
We could call it more like maybe 12, 15 or something of that nature. Do you need a specific number?
Well, I mean, I have comprehend languages.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, another 10 minutes.
I
What is
know.
And I don't even know if he could help us with this problem. So I don't know if I had to walk over to the other ghost dude if he can't help us and it's just like, let me go, let me go, let me go. I don't know.
Yes, that's true.
But
So, sorry, you go ahead.
we do have a kind of backup plan for the dragon. Like you said, we can just put it in the bag of holding and it will die eventually.
Well, okay, so I think you all know what the bag of holding can do. The bag of holding, you'll know that if you exceed the weight limit, it'll destroy the bag of holding.
Right.
And then everything is either, depending on how it's destroyed, either everything gets lost in the astral plane or it gets brought back into the existing plane.
Might not want to risk that. But Charlotte, do you still have the scepter of the Alagandars?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay. I think that had disintegrate on it, right?
Oh,
Maybe you
but that will use some of the
Maybe you can-
charges
uh,
Well, what's it
of my
for?
precious stuff.
you didn't use it on Vidar either.
No.
I'm saving it for a very, very special occasion.
Ah. Okay. Sure, sure.
I mean, I suppose if there's no other way, I could deign to use up some of my special charges, but I'd prefer to avoid that if possible. After all, where am I going to find another staff as rare and magical as this?
Right. All right, so I mean, maybe I can just cast comprehend languages. I mean, I can still not speak it, but I understand it. Another 10 minutes of dancing.
Just pretend you're at like the best rave ever. So are you staying there then? You're not actually walking over to talk to the ghost.
Does
But-
the
I was thinking you can do that, and Sinise can go and talk to him, or Lilith, or
That's a nice idea.
we can split up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, we're not that far from each other. If something happens.
I can go, but I will need a bodyguard.
I will protect you. This is the most puny wizard of all.
Well, but you're a blade singer as well, so you know,
Wait.
offensively, you're not bad.
Well, I don't have any blade song charges left.
Well, you're useless then.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're never useless. If nothing else, Mia Lee has the Book of Lore from
Yeah.
Berlin. There and back again.
Mhm.
There and back again and there again, just so we don't get into a copyright problem with the estate of J.R.R. Tolkien. There and never came back. That sounds more accurate, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so since this is another 10 minutes, why don't we have Daria and Henrietta do their bits? Sorry, Yvonne.
That's okay.
Um,
I'm
you
just
can break
resting.
your rest if you want to participate in stuff.
Nope.
Yeah, you definitely need to.
I need this.
Yep. I think everybody needs you to do this actually. So well done. Okay. So you two go over there and you speak to. Did you ever get his name?
Nope.
I didn't think you did. It's like as usual. That's like we don't even know his name. All right. I'm going to keep you guys all on the same map just to keep things simple. So the two of you go back and speak to him again. You can even choose to speak loud enough that the rest of the party can maybe hear you since you're not that far away. What would you like to say?
Hey, did you know about the dragon there?
Well, of course it's a dragon. We need the breath weapon. Otherwise, how else are we going to create that fire effect?
But the activation words set him free.
Oh. And he looks really embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I don't normally deal with the props. The fellow who used to deal with the props, my stage manager, and he looks over at the sea of zombies, burned and not burned. He's in there somewhere. I don't remember when he died exactly, but oh, I think he's over there in the back. Sorry. I hope it wasn't too much of an inconvenience.
No, just two of us almost died.
Well, take it from me. It's not as bad the second time. Did you get the dragon then?
Well, kinda. But I don't think we are going to use him in the play.
Oh. Well,
Then
we'll need.
he's
Hmm.
gonna kill us if we do.
Oh, that's not very nice.
No.
Oh. Hmm. And that's very disappointing indeed. Hmm. Yes. I can see how that would be a bit of a sticky wicket. I think the best thing to do is just to leave him out of it altogether. But we do need something that looks like dragon's breath. Otherwise, it isn't heroic if Claudius can't survive a terrifying attack, especially one that kills his sidekick, Sam the Wise and Gangly. It's the vengeance aspect that lends it to more dramatic, uh, a sort of a resurrection of spirit, if you know what I mean.
Well, I can do a 15-foot cone of fire, if that helps.
Yeah, I appreciate the idea, but I do feel like we're a bit beyond that now. This is a great work. It tells a story good for the ages. It should inspire generations. Do you really think a spell is sufficient? I want people in the front row to feel their eyebrows being burnt off, to smell the hair burning in the theater. It's got to have some realism, otherwise, what are we doing here?
Well, we want to survive, so.
Yes, we've talked about this. Look, if it will help things along, I've got a few things I've saved in my kitty. If you help me complete this, they're yours. I don't remember what they are. It's been a long time. I haven't left the theater in the ages. But, well, I imagine they must be quite good. From what I can recollect, I was halfway decent at my profession and well regarded. I do remember one time I was given a very positive review by one of the Netherese, I think it was. Yes, one of their floating cities. Yes, it was a long time ago, as I say, but I'm sure it'll be worth your while. Oh, please, we're so close. And it's been so long since I've had talented people to help me. Really, let us just finish this. It would give me great pleasure and a bit of relief.
I just
What
look
do
at
you say?
this.
You're a student of the arts. I can tell you have such presence, such charisma. I can hear Daria mentally sighing.
Well, we can get you a dragon, but you'll have to deal with him on your own.
Well, I'm not a dragon tamer. But when didn't you all set off a fireball earlier? Can't you just do that again? That might even be easier, actually. We've got an actor for the dragon. We've got a spell that can do what I need it to do. Did you get the other props? Did you get the potion?
Yes, we've got the potion, but the problem is the dragon. It's now polymorphed. So we need to
Oh.
get rid of him.
Oh. I see. And what have you polymorphed him into, may I ask?
A snail.
A snail! Ah! That's perfect. Excellent. Yes. How long has he polymorphed for?
Like,
About 40 minutes, maybe?
Oh, right. Yes. So not that long.
No.
You know, as I recall, he wasn't that old, that one. I imagine if you just scare him, it might be sufficient to drive him off. Otherwise, you could just carry him someplace else and then dump him there. I mean, and he sort of shrugs his shoulders and gives you that face that looks like, I don't really care. It's a bit of somebody else's problem, really. You know, dragons, in my experience, they're quite arrogant. But ultimately, they just want to survive and hoard treasure and live a long life and grow to be massive in size. If you hurt him hard enough, long enough, he'll flee on his own. You look quite capable, although, of course, you've obviously been through a bit of it.
Well, we need to discuss this with our companions. Thank you for your insight. And I'm just going to turn and walk back.
Okay.
If you don't have any more questions, Denise?
no, he's no help. Bye.
No.
But did you like the play? Any thoughts on the dialogue? I'm happy to make changes.
Yes, Sam the Wise shouldn't die.
Oh dear, but then, uh, but then how does one justify Claudius being their hero if everybody dies and the dragon's no danger? Can we kill the princess?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. And I
And
think
this is
Sam the Wise should be the real hero, not Claudius.
Oh, that's an interesting twist. Yes, I see. Pander to the common man. Fair enough. Yes. Well, you know, in the old trade, we always say, make sure your patron is happy. And unfortunately, the commoners don't tend to provide much financial support to the arts as much as the nobles do. But, well, it might help. I mean, we are becoming a bit more democratized these days, and the lower classes, such as they are becoming a bit more refined. We can write that in if you'd like to do it yourself. I'm a bit stuck myself. I seem to have lost all my inspiration in the last few centuries.
Okay, we don't have a time. Let's go,
Right.
Millie.
Okay, well, yep, you come back soon. This is why you never go to the bathroom without everybody else.
Yes.
You want to go to the ladies' room together? No, I'm good. Bitch, we gotta kill her. Meanwhile, Charlotte's sitting there just like hanging out, thinking everybody's her friend.
Actually, this time it has nothing to do with Charlotte. It's just the name, Sam the Wise.
All right. Well, fair enough. Okay, so let's say it's about 40 minutes, maybe even 35-ish now. Anybody else want to do anything? Was Lilith doing anything else at the time?
No,
Or-
I didn't open the boiler, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stare at it to try and see if I can figure anything out.
If only this was a superhero game instead and I could have X-ray vision.
Yeah.
And does Lady Seahauler have anything she's doing in the meantime? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said,
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. Practicing my lines.
Okay. Well done. All right. Well, I think it's probably fair to say that at this stage, Mealy and Zanice have returned. Do you guys want to say or discuss anything while Byleth is finishing up her comprehend languages or not?
I would like to make a vote to throw this snail out there and find a way into the throne room on our own. Just leave him with the dragon. He's no help. He knew there was a dragon, but he forgot to tell us that the activation words will make him come back to life or something like that.
Fair point. Everybody can opine on it or respond.
I think it sounds like a good idea.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather not die, and he probably won't be able to tell us how to get to the throne room anyway.
But I don't know. Aren't we here to, clean up the place and not bring more havoc?
Yeah, but what should we do with the dragon?
Maybe the mechanical guy has some solutions. Or oh no, disintegration. No disintegration. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna dance again. Finish up the dance.
Well, we should at least keep the statue. Maybe I would just put it in the bag of holding. It looks valuable.
It is valuable.
We should also go and get Pug and Thinker, the Tunker. If we're gonna do this by ourselves.
Yeah.
So before you go and get Pug and Tonker, if you do decide to do that, just because of the time, I'm going to say that Byleth will complete her comprehend languages. But before she does that, if you guys want to continue discussing things, you can.
Did I overhear the conversation they had with the
Do
ghost?
you? Oh, the ghost? I mean, if they want to recount it to you, they can do so for another minute, let's say.
Okay. Well, oh. And do I know that Charlotte found the major image scroll?
I don't know. Do you? Charlotte, you probably all saw Charlotte grab a scroll.
Okay.
I mean,
But I guess I didn't
it's
know.
Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
So you never know. It's kind of...
Keep it for myself.
Oh.
What's this? Oh, nothing.
Okay, I'll just finish up.
Everybody's stealing stuff against the party, just like hoarding the loot themselves.
My precious.
Mhm.
Okay, so Laura, Byleth completes her comprehend languages, and it is less than 30 minutes to go before Mr. Snail reverts back to Mr. Dragon. So you can understand any language, not just whatever this guy's language is, if you wanted to speak another language.
Mhm. Mm, I mean, I only understand it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go up to the guy and wave politely.
And he's chirping and chirping and chirping, and then suddenly his chirping turns into words that you understand. Of course, you're the only one who understands. Please, please let me out, please. I've been here for 1,000 years, please.
Hmm. I'm gonna point at the snail,
Mm-hmm.
implying that, I don't know, maybe he can help if he's been here so long.
And he looks at you and says, I don't understand. Use your words.
Just tried to
Um.
speak to him in common. It seemed like he understood me.
Mhm. Mm, I'm gonna say, I polymorphed this dragon. Do you know how we can get rid of it? Possibly turn it into the dragon gem or statue that we found?
It was a very powerful wizard that trapped me and also trapped the dragon. I don't know how to cast that spell. If I was that powerful, I could get myself out of this cage. But I've seen him deal with that dragon before, and the dragon seems to listen to him when he offered it treasure and a chance to live.
Hmm. Mhm. Okay. I'll tell that to the party.
Okay.
I don't think the dragon will listen to us if we threat it.
Mhm. Yeah. If only we had like some sort of big, major, even intimidating picture.
Instant. Instant.
Um.
Oh, look, guys, the scroll that I have. I forgot to mention, but it's it's a
Oh.
scroll of major image. Wow.
What?
Have you heard of it?
That's crazy.
What are the chances?
What are the odds of this being here?
How did this end up in my cloak?
Huh. Well, I mean, that might work, right?
It might.
Well, I'm no charlatan, but I mean, you used to be um a dragonborn, right, Byleth?
Yes.
Maybe you can. Maybe you should use the scroll then.
Um, what do you have in mind exactly?
Mm. Well, you use the scroll, you make a giant dragon, and then you give us your best roar, and then
Oh God.
maybe he'll run away with his tail between his
Uh-huh.
legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, what exactly can it do? It seems real. It smells, temperature.
I will copy it and
Sure.
post it as well for everybody.
But I was just thinking that if we use the scroll, we can't copy this down the spell. And
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, you are really fast at copying down spells.
Uh-huh.
So you could copy it down, cast it, and Violet could roar with her amazing voice.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
copying a spell is
The
not the same as
thaumaturgy even.
memorizing it.
No, right. You need to memorize this as well.
It's a good idea.
Mm.
We don't have time for that. I don't know. You can just burn it. Not burn it, but use it.
Mm. I think we could do that, and maybe with the statue we can buy another one. Another scroll.
Economic. I like it.
You got to spend money to make money.
Mm.
Yeah. All the money we make, we just give to others.
But you win hearts and minds.
Yeah.
You gain friends and allies.
Boo.
Yeah.
You save the poor.
Ugh.
Or something.
Jesus. Boy.
But we need to decide. And I hate to say it, but I do agree with Violet that we can't just chuck it into the room with the ghost. Because when or if we save the dwarves, I don't think they will be happy to have a dragon problem as well.
They
Of
already
course, you
have
could
a
always just
zombie problem.
Yeah, and according to Asmodeus, you kind of screw them over with the bowl as well. So I don't think they would be happy if you screw them over again.
Don't they
There are no
need a
records.
dragon? Oh, sorry.
Go
You
ahead.
talk. I
Go
was
ahead.
thinking about didn't they need someone to fire up the thing where you set people free? I've only heard about it. You kind of rescue someone and the heatings disappeared. I wonder if they can use the dragon for that.
The forge?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but do they have the treasure to give to the dragon to do that? You kind of already promised Netherwinter's treasure, and they didn't have any.
I do have this bag of small, pretty spheres.
What's theirs? The eggs
Well,
that I
they
don't
weren't
know
the
about?
eggs. There was something else. Yeah.
what spheres?
I have
Sorry.
a one bag of small, pretty spheres that we got from the lair the temple that we were in. I'm trying to find a better description. But of course, all I wrote was small bag of pretty spheres.
Oh, that's really helpful.
I know. Small collection of pretty spheres, dense mineral patterns, well-rounded, polished spheres, hefty. That's what I've got.
Oh, yes.
But we never identified it. I've just been carrying it around along with the metal cube with runes,
Mm-hmm.
which I
There's
just
a lot of
been
stuff you
carrying
guys have
around.
picked up that you never bothered to identify.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's like,
I just chucked it in my bag and ran.
yeah, but it's like between then and now, you've had like how many long rests? You could have easily
Yeah.
just a few minutes
Handed
here
it to
and
someone.
there. Just do this, do that, just like tidy stuff up. It's like,
Yeah.
holy cow, there was a ring of wishes in here the whole time? Why didn't somebody know this? Well, it's 12:01, and it sounds like this is a deep philosophical debate that will last for at least another 15 minutes. So, although you guys are sort of chewing it over, it feels like if we keep going, I know Yvonne's got some pretty hard stops these days, so maybe we should continue next week.
If only we had 19 intelligence.
No,
Or
To figure this
20.
out.
Oh my
Or
Yeah.
20.
It would be so much easier.
well, it's
I
quite a
guess that's-
conundrum. You guys are in an interesting position. You could, in theory, just walk away from all of it. But yes, that as has been pointed out by several of you, and not because I want you to finish it, or not because I want you to do the play, but it is inconsistent with being the heroes of Gauntlgrym, and though Pug isn't technically with you at the moment, I'm sure he would be terribly disappointed, to say nothing of Theodore, if you didn't try to help the dwarves.
Yeah, but stopping for this long just to do a play for a ghost instead of trying to save the king.
It's only
I don't
been
know.
like an hour.
Yeah, but we don't know what condition the king is in.
That's true.
I want to do the play.
We want to be a real princess.
Yes. It's a dream come true.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much, as always, and I hope you all have a lovely week, and I shall see you next Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sounds good.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Okay.
See you next Sunday for the
Thanks.
Bye,
play.
guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.